was intentional, but it wasn't meant to be so on the nose.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Oh god.
God Emperor Trump. Bleh. Burp.
I've heard so many people actually call him that now, and it's
What?
yeah, yeah.
Unironically?
I I've heard leftists call him that, just out of the blue, "Oh,
Yeah.
God, Emperor Trump, haha," and make fun of it, but I've also heard some right-wing people who maybe weren't, like, super MAGA-y, but were kind of like, um, definitely right-wing because their parents are right-wing, and
Mhm.
call him that because they're Warhammer nerds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, I'm a Warhammer nerd, but, like, I don't get, yeah, I don't get it. That's so weird. That's so weird.
It's that intersection though that, like, probably, like, as a Southern person, I'm probably exposed to a weird intersection of, like, used to have a Confederate flag in the bedroom and also Warhammer.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's so interesting. That's so
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. I specifically don't talk politics at my local game shop simply because I want to like all of those people. I really
Yeah.
do. And I don't want a reason to not like them.
Yeah.
And I've
Ignorance is
just made,
bliss.
yeah, I've made that active choice. And I think we've all kind of made that active choice, because I'm sure there's a diverse, group of opinions in that space, but we're all just like, listen, there's only like 30 of us. We should probably just try to get along, because
Yeah.
if we do a political litmus test, there's going to be no Warhammer very quickly.
I respect that. I think when I was growing up, I've heard the old adage of you never talk politics and religion, right? Which I
Mhm.
I always disagreed on, because I always thought you have to talk about those things to either change minds or grow. But
Hmm.
the older I get, the more I realize that context is what matters the most. Like your group
Yeah.
right there doesn't want to taint the waters with like, ugh, this guy is, whatever. And then I don't know, it changes everything. So now I've completely turned around on that concept.
Yeah. Yeah, I,
Hmm.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it is all about, uh, context and space and realizing, where you want to segregate your own mind, from this kind of words. I realize that was a poor choice of words given our previous topic,
Sure.
Johnny, but
It still works,
yeah,
we're
fair
still
enough,
fine.
fair enough. But yes, yes. Politics is all about scarcity. Curious what you mean by that, Mylan. Sorry, I don't mean to take over and like address your
Oh,
chat.
no. You're good, like,
Okay.
chat's there, they're gonna be here, so, yeah, my 3 Lin is I don't actually know if it's my Blinn or my 3 Lin, but, politics is all about scarcity has, a pretty good point to it, actually, like, politics is the idea of creating value simply in, a person's opinion, basically, rather than even what they've proven to do at this point for their community. And
Mhm.
and part of that is designing scarcity into the rhetoric.
Yeah. Okay. I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
think
more
I get
sense
it.
now.
The flip side, Naima says, the flip side, talking about my partner shouldn't also be viewed as political taboo if they happen to share my gender as well. Yeah, that'd be the kind of thing where, like, if it's already decided y'all aren't talking politics and you bring in your partner completely innocently and they start talking about something that is their ideology, like, they're the one breaking the taboo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a okay, that's an interesting topic. I'd be interested to hear your guys' opinion on. Do you think that you can have a romantic long-term relationship with someone that you fundamentally disagree with politically?
Oof.
It's tough.
I I don't know. I have no idea. I've never politically, but I did I don't know. Like I have been in that position before, but it was not like so different that it was making me miserable or anything. It was like a slight difference. Like
Okay.
he was more of a capitalist than me, basically.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why it didn't work, or was it something else?
No, it was something else, and so that's my answer basically is like who knows? That's not the thing that broke us up, right? So, you know, at the very least on capitalism, I don't think that's a deal breaker. But if it was something like, okay, so my brain does this thing when I meet somebody, and when I meet somebody, I'm like, okay, um if this person is in any way like it's basically me taking first impressions really seriously. First impressions are really serious for me. And so if someone says something or makes it known that they're bigoted in some way, which I would think is like the opposite of my ideology basically, is like to be bigoted and to want people to be segregated and to have like a non-compassionate worldview. Um they would automatically be out of the dating pool anyway.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, like
I mean, so I get what you're saying. I think like viewing as like a kind of a spectrum, you know, like what is the level of disagreement? Although I will say that I think like posting like just a Twitter post like capitalism ended my relationship would be pretty funny. Um uh
yeah.
but yeah, if it's on something small, then sure. But if it's like I guess the closest thing, like the furthest I would I could possibly go is like some cringe like neoliberal takes. I could
Mm.
probably stand like it wouldn't be an end all be all there, but if they're at all in the right wing, which I would argue neoliberal is the right wing, but right wing US, I no way. I don't think so. I really
Mm.
don't think so because that
Like,
means that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, it's okay. Well, that sort of means like basically like monarchy or theocracy or you know like that's the sort of people that I can think of that I think are truly like quote unquote right wing are the kind of people who if you offered them a theocracy tomorrow they would take it.
Uh,
Of course not any other theocracy than what they agree with,
Okay.
but their own theocracy, yes. And that's sort of the basis of their whole religion, isn't it? Is that it is a theocracy. You know, Jesus just hasn't come back yet.
Yeah. No, I would say it's more, and I should clarify that I do mean within the US, right? Because like I
Yeah.
think when you say the word conservative in a European context, then yes, you are talking about, you know, bringing back the monarchy. You know, I would say that the right wing here is obviously more authoritarian, mindseted. Uh, I guess on especially I could disagree with someone on economic issues. I think on like a like a fairly wide, I guess, array of economic issues.
Hmm.
I could not disagree with someone on social issues, um, and I think
No.
that's because like while I think that most of the issues that we face in this country are economically based, um, I physically could not stand being around someone for like that amount of time that you know is so closed off to the issues and struggles of minorities, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. That's me.
Oh yeah. I
See,
agree with that.
I feel like I could totally disagree with someone. Back to the original question of like, could you be romantically involved with someone who you disagree with politically? I think that if I understood the question correctly, um, I think if our disagreement is on something that is unprovable, like if they're saying, you know, we should be doing this economic system versus what you want to do, and we disagree on that, we have really no way of proving which one works and which one doesn't. On that, I
Mm.
can totally, I think I can look past that. as long as they have a good argument and they feel like they've thought it through, or and I can hear that. But if it's like on a moral thing, like
Hmm.
they believe just morally something different than I do, that I think is what do they call it, a game ender. I'm missing the phrase here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a
Game.
non-starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yep, game ender.
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue what it really is, and I can't know exactly what it is. How to? Do you want to press start Morlock? Do you want to come in the Discord, or do you want to type it out? Press start Morlock actually has a personal example of how this played out
Oh,
in their life.
yeah, love to hear that.
Yeah. Also, welcome Tiberius. I don't know if I said that already. And
Yeah,
Rights and Wrongs podcast is also here.
I realize I
Um,
haven't done this yet. There you
oh
go.
heck yeah. Oh, thank you. Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if there's anybody else in the chat who hasn't followed yet, we're gunning for 2.5K. It's coming up in the next couple hundred, and it's gonna be great. So especially like 3K will be wild. Like, come on, you guys. I'm in the
Yeah,
Discord, but the room is
absolutely.
locked. Oh, gotcha. Oh, it's okay. Jump into general voice. I
I
have
still
to
have to
drag
set
you
up.
down.
I still have to set up my my Discord.
Ooh, yeah. Do you know how to do all that stuff? Or
Uh, Not really. I was probably just going to YouTube it, to be honest. YouTube and
yeah.
Google, figure it out. I have one set up, but I just haven't like got. It's just the skeleton right now,
Let us see.
so I don't tell anybody about it.
Roles, voice activation. There we go. We have a voice activation role, so more likely
Hey,
to be able to speak. Awesome. Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you? I've been really enjoying the stream.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm
I don't
doing
come
good.
on Twitch a lot, and it's great when I see you on. So sometimes I lurk. Uh,
Oh, thank you.
so me and my wife, we've been together for 20 years. Um, and when we first started going out, like we had different, like much different opinions on things. Like I was more of a centrist, and we had like I had some really bad experiences with people that call themselves like feminists or something, but they were just like really jerks about things. But over the years, like in her opinions too, like all when you are with someone that you care about and you don't have like abhorrent different views, so like if she was like, well, fascism is pretty cool, don't you
Oh
think? And I'd be
Jesus!
like, no, I don't think so. Bye. But but we both grew, we both learned from each other, and we both learned just about different things. And we still have some different views, but it doesn't preclude a good relationship or a healthy relationship. It all depends on where your line is, where you can have fun or enjoy talking about your differences, just like
Mhm.
anything else. Like people are different, and you fall in love with whoever. Sometimes you can't help that, but if you are different, then you can enjoy those differences and learn from those differences, or you can say, "This is too different. I don't like this," and like bounce or lock them in the basement or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
In Minecraft, and
Yes, in Minecraft. Yes.
I love the aspect of learning from your partner, because something that I've always like sort of strived to do in a relationship is like have a mutual goal, and a really easy fun way to do that is to like decide to like pick up a hobby or something with your partner. Um and that's been a couple of different things. I with one relationship I tried to learn a language with them, and then in this relationship we're cooking, and it's been wonderful, and I grow out of these interactions. And a lot of it does have to do with disagreeing and like either learning about it and coming to an agreement because like one of you said, it's like something that is uh that is provable, like, "Oh, this tastes better than this, like, we're not gonna use this," or whatever. But if it's something improvable, I think that that was a pretty good point earlier that, moral values are sort of like you're hemmed in uh by your own sort of self-talk when it comes to a moral. And so it doesn't matter how many times somebody shows you like, gay people are fine and they're not, crazy people or anything like that. It doesn't matter how many times somebody shows you like gay people, um, which is why Karens are always complaining about gay people on TV now. If it's a moral thing, then I think that it's almost always something that you would have to talk your own self out of. Do you know what I'm saying? In order to ever change your mind, and no amount of being in a relationship or anything is ever going to change that.
That's a
Yeah,
huge
it's always
change.
about like your relationship and how that a relationship affects you. It's not that someone can force an opinion to change you, but if you are around someone that has a certain opinion and they're passionate about it, then you will see how that happens, see how that works, and hopefully you'll see the benefits of that.
Mm-hmm.
um like I learned a lot about feminism and about um being a part of a collective and things like that from my wife, and she learned more about like economics and race theory from me. And because she's white and I'm black, so that's
Mm-hmm.
another difference. She calls herself like a proud socialist Karen. um
Oh, whoops.
but
Excellent.
yeah, so it's it really, there's really a balance that you have to strike between what you find acceptable in a partner. And this is just like in general, like you can't date someone that you find abhorrent,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what opinions you find acceptable in a partner, and what opinions they find acceptable with you, and then you can try to grow along with them and along with whoever else you're seeing, like if you're poly or something like that. uh that could be a good um way of doing things as well. So yeah,
Yay,
it's
polygraph.
it's yeah, my wife is going out with her boyfriend tomorrow. They're gonna take a walk. The house is gonna be
Sweet.
empty. It's gonna be great. um
Yes. Fun.
yeah, polyrap Nima, woo.
Woo. Oh my goodness. Welcome, by the way, to anybody who just got here. I see a few faces. Naima again, thank you for the bits earlier. And I see Scud Marks. Welcome, Scud Marks. It's always a good time when you're here. We are moving into 2 hours and about 4 minutes of stream. And I think that I'm about to wrap it up, you guys. If you want to give the channel a follow or a sub or anything like that before we leave, now is the time so that I can thank you personally while we're live.
Do
We have
it.
had several excellent guests today. We have Morlock and we have Smite Knight and we have War Priest live. And Morlock, you were the person who rated earlier.
Yeah, I did. I brought some people in.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's everybody follow it. This is always a great stream.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And by the way, Naima, actually, I'm probably gonna change it to 1 p.m. 1 p.m. on weekdays is gonna be next week, and you can catch me on panels usually on the weekends sometimes. So, by the way, if you know anybody who's interested in an agriculture panel, I am looking for people for an agricultural panel sometime in the next week. I've already invited a couple of farmer streamers. I might invite Bayla or Bayla, I think is how you spell her name. We met on a couple of panels before, and she does a lot of like ecology work here on Twitch. And if you know anybody else, if you know any streamers who stream about plants or about livestock or anything like that, please send them my way via the Discord. That is the best way to contact me. Oops.
Do you take phone calls for
Phone
this?
calls.
One of
don't
my
know.
shows at my radio station is called Farm to Fork, and they interview a lot of farmers in my area. I live in a rural area in Massachusetts, so it's just interesting. I don't know if, but it's they're older, so I don't know if they have streaming. Anyway,
That would make sense. I would figure out a way to like probably do I'm not entirely sure how I would get their voice to come in clearly because I would just have to do like speakerphone. But if I do a little bit of research and see if I can like take a call over the internet or something, maybe we can do that. Yeah, if you
yeah,
have
just
anybody
a
in mind
thought.
specifically, just keep me posted.
Sure.
Cool. Zoom has a call-in function. Oh, cool. Thank you, Rights and Wrong.
Yeah, I think
We
it's
also
paid though.
Oh, okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
We might be able to find something. All right, you guys. Do you have any suggestions for who we can raid? Is anybody live right now?
No one I follow actually, which is kind of surprising.
Let's see here.
I'm live, but I'm gonna be shutting down after this.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Let's see. Let's check out the politics stream. Anybody neat on?
All I have is people playing games and doing art.
Let's go to GeoPastek.
Hey.
He has come into the stream before, and he is a French national. Although I believe he lives in the United States now. I'm not entirely sure actually, but he came on and spoke with us about the right wing in the French country. I believe it was last week, and it was very eye-opening about how fascism has actually like kind of taken hold even in communism in France. It's pretty wild.
That's fascinating.
Oh yeah. We're rating you guys. I will see you later, chat. Bye bye. And we are no longer live. Thank you guys.